Hello everyone, this is Ali Raza. In this video, we officially start our behavior tree system. So, DLL solution builder, I will cut it from here. I will put it here because I'm not going to use it anymore. But inside projects, I will copy the chapter 1 and I will paste it here. And I will rename it to chapter 2. So that we start from there, but I will do something. I will come here and I will open the core. At the same time, I will go into chapter 1 and I will open its core. Okay? The reason I'm doing that is that I put time into developing those templates in Visual Studio, and they have this nice post-build events that the current core does not has it. Also, our properties on the stuff like, I don't know, and I now don't know which one is core 1, which one is core 2. Oh, come on. Okay. Show. Okay, this is chapter 2. Cool. So I will have the chapter 1 opened in second monitor, and I will nuke these guys. Oh yeah, I'm deleting them. So I will add 2 projects. Add new project. Come on. Come on. And it's a Unity assembly. I will call it buzz.base. So this will contain everything that was in common. And of course, I have Unity engine there. And I will add a new project. It's editor. So I will call it buzz.base.editor. Okay? And yep. So just double checking everything. It's buzz.base, buzz.base, build is in here. Chapter 2 Unity assets, buzz, plugins. And then the editor one will be in editor. So that's that. And that's the same stuff. Good. And our build events, of course, are correct. Well, yeah, those tabs are killing me, but meh, don't be OCD. So on the second monitor, I have this common and common editor. So what I will do, remember, I can't drag and drop. I can't, I maybe be able to say copy and then paste. No, the source for that is that. So I will duplicate the whole solution structure here. So we will have a namespace for abstracts, another one for graphs, another one for infrastructures, such a name, another one for utilities, and that's it. Okay? Then I had all my enums in one file. I decided to break them. So enums. Now in abstract, we just have an interface, I copy. So I will add an interface called I copy. And I will open it in the second one. And I will do this. Everything under the namespace, because the namespace is changed. I will copy. I will replace. Boom. Okay. So we have our I copy. Under graphs, we have another namespace for IO. Then I will have a class called graph and a class for node. Under IO, whoa, this is getting dirty very fast. Okay, I will have inputs, not the class, sorry, a folder, outputs. And actually, instead of doing this, I'm dumb. Delete everything, forget about that. Come here, under your solution, show in File Explorer. So under common, we need these guys, okay? So I will right click, show in Explorer. This is our base. This is our common. So we have abstract. And then what else? Let's take a look. I have yeah, I'm looking at totally wrong Visual Studio thing. There we go. I'm looking at this guy. So we have abstract, graphs, infrastructure, utilities, and then enums and well, and resources. I will copy them here, and I will, well, do this. Here I will show abstract, graphs, infrastructure, utilities, that and that. Right click, including project, and everything is there, okay? But the namespaces are wrong, so refactor, adjust namespaces, that. Then I will create my enums, and I will open my enums and see what do I have. So I have a data type and tree type. Well, the tree type will be gone. So I have this enum that is data type. And I will copy paste them from my chapter 1 into here. So that's our data type, okay? And as I said, the tree type is being nuked, so that's that. Now we have everything from chapter 1 being properly namespaced. Okay. Buzz.editor. Well, I have buzz.base. I go to buzz.editor. And here I want everything from common.editor. Okay. So in common.editor, we have drawers. We have editors, extensions, graphs, menus. Properties is not there, resources and utilities, and this resource. Well, I put that resources out. I will copy them here. I will show everything, and I will include everything in the project. In references, add a reference to the solution, buzz.base, and then right click, refactor, adjust namespaces, everything. Now, hide everything. I will go into properties, under resources, and I will say create, and it's going to do that. And I will say images, add existing files. I will navigate to my chapter 1. So under projects, chapter 1, Visual Studio, Common Editor, resources, and I will copy everything. I don't need the test, but everything else, okay? And I will open, change their modifiers to public, save everything with Ctrl-Shift-S, coming back, I will select everything, right click, properties, embedded resource. And I will Ctrl-Shift-S again, okay? And I don't have any unit test, so bye-bye to that. So, errors. Well, the errors is because we have new namespaces, basically. So, any redundant namespace is not there. Save. We don't have tree types. Well, that will be fixed in future. So let's move down. Yeah, adjust that namespace. So common.resource.assets folder. Huh. Well, instead of common, now we have base.that, and the base is redundant. So replace every instance of common with the base. And that's that. So graph, yeah, import the namespace. And these guys are problematic because is not assignable to parameter type object. Well, we will come to this later, okay? Import the namespace. Under, be careful, we want the base.base. And yeah. And again, the base.base one. Import the link. I thought it would be imported properly. What happened there? Anyway. Yep. And if you don't have ReSharper, you are seeing the classes that I'm opening, and that should help you. Just pause the video and review the video. You will see what I'm importing and where I'm importing them. If you don't have ReSharper, get ReSharper. So base, there we go. Control C and replace them. I'm not going with replace menu because, well, I want to be sure that I'm doing them where I need to do them. Apparently it's everywhere, but meh, just to be sure. OCD, you know. There we go. And then the tree type. Well, the graph is imported. Again, every common will be base. That's it. And data type. Why are you yelling at me? Huh. We will take a look at that later. Data type, maybe that was the reason. Oh, look at that. I think, I don't know. Well, let's double check my enums here. Public enum data type. Okay. Public enum data type. That's the same, only the namespace is being changed. Yeah, I don't know. But we will come to these guys later. Okay. So this is all about this. And what is the data type? Is, yeah, that's the correct one. Okay. Yeah, pass them, please. I know I have lots of errors. And I have a hunch that I covered every one of these, but I mean the three files, one is this data type one, the other, yeah, that's the tree type, and that's the tree type. So we have these problems that we need to issue in, well, this is 15-16 minutes. Let's take a look at what is the problem here. First, on this, remove redundant disqualifier in the file, and everything's gone. So that this was the problem. Okay, so what is this guy? ToString, use invariant culture. Culture invariant, I like it to be dot yeah, invariant culture, why not? So that's a green thing there. That's the tree type that we don't have anymore. Okay, and that fixed that. I don't know what was the problem. Meh. I really don't know. Ah, why did I close that? Okay. We have these things. Check expression for null. Well, we will do that later. One of the things that I noticed that I commented out and I want to have it there is under, where is that? Code editing tools, code inspection. That's not. Yeah, here. That is in line. I want it to be a hint. I want it to be hint. So, not a suggestion. Then body for method body. And I said don't show. Okay, please convert to method body with expression hint, hint, and that is a hint. Then I have the name of, use name of, and its suggestion. I will convert it to hint, and I will save that. Okay. So this is the null. Method return value is never used. Well, I will comment this guy in file. And then we have this guy, and that is string.format, interpolation, in file. So we have that dollar. That is something I learned from Nelson. Although we are compiling from Unity, we can do this because this is being compiled by Visual Studio, not the compiler inside Unity. So we can use everything that comes with, you know, .NET Framework. So I will see what are you yelling at me about. So we have this guy. In file. Then we have this guy that says, oh, okay, those are both the same thing, but in different places. So unused method return value global and local. And this is sitting under using. I don't like that. Put it there. Thank you. So now you have only 4 errors in 2 files. They are about that 3 type that are nuked, but I'm going to do some more refactoring here and there, and that will cause more errors here and there. So let's take a look at my notes. Let's start by the simple stuff. GUI style utils. I have this guy. Let's convert it to a property, and then with backing field, okay, and convert it to property and go with the backing field. And I like my properties, the backing field of the properties, to be on top. Now here we do something else in get especially, and we don't have a set. Okay, in get, before we return, we say if dark skin equals to null. Then we say dark skin equals to get dark skin. And you will see that we get a notice to do this. Okay? And I hope to expression body. There we go. So I will copy this part. I will paste it here. And instead of dark skin, we need the light skin. Okay? Boom. Boom. And get light skin. So here I don't need them again. So we don't have any constructor. Bam. Okay. Boom. So we have a property with just the get method. Now the skins, we will add some skins later. I'm fairly sure about it. Because we have skins now for the area tree stuff. Yeah, node ticked, node current, node error, node failure, node success, negate active, negate normal. Those are the things that I will add later. Okay? So that was the easy one. The next one is under graphs editor views, graph help view. Here we have 2 things to fix. First of all, before calling the base, well, take a look at the base. I'm checking for viewSkin equals null. I know that I'm doing that. But for some reason, it's not behaving in the runtime. So I need to check it here. If viewSkin equals to null, please get editor skin. I know that I'm doing it inside the base and I'm returning there, but it was not behaving. So I need to have that. Then we process the event. We have the GUI box. We have the GUI layout. Begin area view rect. And I will nuke everything here. I will keep the current graph and show properties. The rest is being done somewhere else. Okay? Scroll view. Wait a minute. Draw the help. I'm using a scroll view here. So, yeah, I had two scroll views inside each other and I didn't need them. So that is gone. And that's our new help view. Okay? So, and this parenthesis here is redundant. Thank you. The next one is property view. Now, property view is a bit more complex than what we had here. First of all, we just want to see if it's not null and the show properties. So this if statement is gone. Yep. Then we have if current graph.list is null. Do this. We have our scroll pause. We have our current. We have our layout. We have our horizontal. We have our spacing. So that is that. Then the vertical. Then that draw. Then end vertical and the spacing. That. Then I have horizontal. Then I end the scroll view. We remove this guy. And then we say else if the current graph does not equal null and the event dot type equals to the repaint and another condition current graph dot selection, note the list one, equals null, or another pair of conditions current graph dot selected node does not equal null, current graph dot selection node dot count equals 0. If any of these conditions met, then we are going to add the properties of the graph. Okay? Now, this else is bothering. Why is bothering? Because I forgot that, I need that curly brace there. This brace is the one that we don't need. Okay? So that's that. That's our new property view. So what I'm doing here, we are checking if the current graph is not null because we want to draw its properties. Event type should be repaint. Then I'm checking if the selection is null, so we don't have a selected. But if it's not null and has no selections, okay. And I think it's a wrong logic, but we will see. But if the list is not null but empty, and we have a selected node, then we want to draw this. Well, no, the logic is correct. If we have a selected node, but it's not for any reason added to the selection, so we draw the properties. Okay? I don't know. I think this part is redundant, but meh. I'm sticking to my notes. I still didn't develop this part to the notes, so I don't know if this will work or not. Anyway, that's our graph properties. Okay? Then we go into our work view. Coming from top, instance is okay. Hide cursor, toolbar, adjusted reg. These parts are okay. We will have something later, and I will put a to do here. To do, use delegates for menu action, and I will talk about it in later. And instead of this, I will say create or load graph. Mouse position, that's correct. Update view. Well, if view skin equals to null, then get editor skin. That part is that part is that. And put this guy here. And I think I should, what is the base doing with this guy? View title, yeah, that should be the same with this guy. Anyway, then that's okay. That part is okay, that part is okay, that part is okay. And use null propagation. We can do that here, okay? Don't forget that. We can do these guys inside the assemblies that are being compiled with Visual Studio Process Event. Why are you yelling at me? Merge sequence check. Yeah, we can do that, okay? And I will break this any into here. Then bam, bam. Okay, that's a better way. Okay. Then we have if VREC contains that, height cursor equals false, cursor visible is true, process context menu, mouse that, else is false. But here is the thing that I want. To change somewhere around here. There we go. I found it. Oh, I'm doing this properly here. I'm not sure why. What did I change? Let me think. I remember something. Ah, there we go. It's here. No, that's okay. That's okay. Aha, here. These guys are gone. Okay? Yep, these guys are gone. And that should be it for this one for time being. In here we have delete. Then in here we have that. Cursor visible false, height cursor true, and that's it. The other one is graph utils. Now in graph utils on top, somewhere I had that show manifest thingy, maybe not. I found myself in debug mode that I want to do this reflection utils dot print manifest resources, but I don't want to do it all the time. So on top, I will say private const bool debug manifests, and I will say set it to false, and here I will say if debug manifests. Of course, it says that it's not being used, and I will say it in file. So this with pragma in file, so it doesn't bother me with a dead code stuff there, and I'm happy now. Okay, so if debug manifest, remove if, and again I want to disable it in file with comment, and god damn it, why are you putting the comments there? I hate doing that. And this is the pragma that was added. I didn't notice it there. There we go. Okay, so it won't bother me anymore. What else? File, didn't I add it? I want to make ReSharper shut up about this guy. Okay, good. Now we are done. Debug. Okay. Then we have these to-dos. We will come back to this later when we fix this tree type. Other than that, load graph is the same, unload graph is the same, clear graph is the same, create node. I think it's the same. We will come and check. And this guy is redundant. That's it. Okay. Going to reflection utils. Up, utilities, reflection utils. Now, in reflection utils, we will have tons of things to change. One of them is that I'm checking the assemblies all the time, over and over and over. That condition. Well, I don't want that. I will convert it with a backing field. Okay? There we go. Now in get, and I don't have that. In get, I will check the same conditions, but instead of assemblies, I will get this lower assembly, and then I will say assembly equals to get all assemblies, and then return. Now I'm not sure if I can convert this to expression body. No. Invert if. No, I don't want to do that. Okay. So now I can remove this part and these parts, all of these. Wherever I'm checking the assemblies blah, go to hell. That's one. And I want to do it with others. So we have this assembly name. But no, actually, I don't think I'm checking them in anywhere like that I had before. No. Okay. So you see me doing this inside constructor. Okay. After that, well, before that, I have some more properties. So we have assembly name, we have type cache, we have namespace cache, we have assemblies, we have another dictionary. So public static dictionary of string and enumerable, not tor, enumerable of type, and I will call it all attributes with a get, and in the constructor now I say all attributes equals to new that. After this we will have a public static dictionary of string and the string, and we have it node name space map, a get, and we say node namespace map equals to new dictionary of that. Okay. Now I'm debating of separating the node schemas from the nodes, but in my notes I use them the same, so I'll stick to that. Then I will have a method that I will say populate properties, create the method, it will be void, and I will have my private ones at the end. Now populate, we will say get all types with attribute of graph attribute. We don't have that, I know. That's one. Then we say var nodes equals to this one with node attribute. After that, we say get all node namespaces, and that's it. So we have few errors. We have a method, two methods to add, two attributes to add. So first one, this guy, get all types with attribute. Let's take a look at that. So it will return an enumerable of type that, and we call it the attribute. Okay, so we say if attribute, I forgot something. I forgot something. No, I didn't forget something. What did I name it? Why did I call it all attributes? No, use this. Attribute type. Yeah, I don't know why did I call that stupid thing. Yep. Okay. So we say if attribute types dot contains key type of the attribute dot name. If you have that, you return it. So attribute types at type of the attribute dot name. So that's an early exit. Otherwise, we say var types with attribute equals to from A in assemblies with capital A, from T in A dot get types, let attribute equals to T dot get custom attributes type of T attribute, and for the inheritance we say true. After that we say where attribute does not equal to null and attribute dot length is greater than 0, we select the type. So what does this link do? First we go into our assemblies. For each assembly we get the type. For each type that we get its custom attributes that is type of this attribute. If it's not null and the list contains more than 0, then we select the type. Now let's take a look at what is this guy. It's enumerable of type. Okay. Then we want to cache it in our dictionary. So if not, attribute types that contains key type of t attribute dot name name, because we are sure it's not the case. If it was the case, it would fall in here. Actually, I think we can remove this if, because if it was there, we had it. So we say attribute types dot add type, oh come on, type of t attribute dot name as the key, and the value is types with attribute. So that enumerable of types is the value. Then we return types with attribute. Enumerate to list. What will we get? Var that. Well, I need to do some sanity check here, I think, because we are converting it to list. Then I want to say if all types with attribute equals null. This shouldn't happen ever. Am I right? Always true. Always true. Or all attributes sorry, dot any is false. So if not that, I want to throw a new what type of exception I want to put here? A new invalid operation exception. I will say there is no object with attribute of t attribute dot no type of t attribute dot name. Okay, so we threw an exception, and that's okay. And is this guy now saying no? Okay. Okay, so I'm making sure that we will have something. And what are you? Name message. Environment. Yeah, that's something that I want to nuke, but meh. Okay, so that's our get attribute. Now get all node namespaces. Void. But I'm sure. Let me double check my nodes. Ah, that's wrong. I will send in the nodes here. Create method, void enumerable type of nodes. It's fairly easy. We go for each inside nodes var node. We say if nodes namespace map that contains key for the node dot name. We want to do something. We say if node namespace map at node dot name does not equals to node dot namespace. Then we say node namespace map at node dot name equals to node dot namespace. Why are you yelling me? Check expression for null. And note that namespace shouldn't be null at any case anyway. We need to cap it inside brackets, curly brackets. Then we say else. We say node namespace map dot add node dot name as the key and node dot namespace as the value. Okay. And I'm fairly sure I can't convert it to link. No. Anything invert if? No. Okay. So that's adding our namespaces to our cache. Now we have these two attributes to create. Let's go with graph attributes. So I don't have anything here for the attributes. Let's create a namespace called attributes and create our graph attribute. Now, graph attribute simply inherits from attribute in system, and we will have an attribute usage of attribute targets dot class. So it will only sit on class, and that's it. That's our graph attribute. Then coming back, import the namespace. We have the node attribute. So class node attribute inherits from attribute in system, and again attribute usage of attribute targets of class. That's it. Trust me, that's it. Now, why did I do two attributes, one for graph, one for node? Will be apparent in next video when I get rid of that tree type and when I start creating the nodes based on the attributes, okay? And get the namespaces based on that. So I just made it so that I can map our nodes and graphs inside the system automatically, so that, you know, in future we don't need to hard code anything. Because if you pay attention to something that I have here, well, why I'm having string format? I should be able to do this. $, with the first one is name, the second one is E. That. Delete. That should work. But take a look at my, let me close everything here. Let me show you something here. What I'm doing here, somewhere around here, here we go. I'm using, no, not this one, but here we go. Buzz, node graph, node. A hard-coded namespace. Ugly, ugly, dirty, very bad system of handling namespaces. So I want to get these namespaces automatically from the node that I'm passing in. And I had to map it. Then when I'm going to create that right-click menu inside the work view and the toolbar extras, I want to map my, basically, wait, this one is wrong. I want to map my, wait a minute, I can't talk and code at the same time. So node editor window, graph utils. I have it once here and once here. Well, I want to map my graphs so that each time I'm right-clicking in work view, I go to the graph, invoke a delegate there that will populate my right-click menus. We will come to that later, okay? But that's this for this video, I think. In next video, I will go for that tree type. Have fun, everyone. Bye bye.